Hey everyone, welcome to Joy of Knitting with Gigi. I am Gigi and I'm so glad you could be here with me today. So if you look at my background, it's a little bit different. I am on a business trip with Mr. Knits and I'm in a hotel room. I wanted to get this uploaded and tell you what I've been up to. So I am recording from Sarasota, Florida. And later this week, I am actually, so this is Sunday. You will be getting this on Wednesday, but on Tuesday, I'm going to a Good Yarn, which is a satellite yarn store for the Four Pearls, owned by Laura Dobratz. And I'm going to meet one of you wonderful viewers, Sandra Martin, and she has a couple women who are coming in to meet with me. We're going to sit and knit for a while and have a really good time, and I get to see the yarn store. I went there last year and visited when I came up from Fort Myers to Sarasota to visit my friend Rose for lunch. So I've seen the yarn store once. It's really, really great. It's lovely. I will probably take some video of it and might put that into my next podcast. Anyway, so welcome, and let's get on to what am I wearing. Actually, you know what? We're just going to move to finished objects because that is what I'm wearing. Okay, here's finished objects. Very first one, as you can see, I'm going to back up a little bit. Hopefully you can see a little bit. This is my Happy Camp sweater that I finished probably, I want to say 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. I will put some pictures up. I'll move over here, right here. I did have my wonderful Mr. Knits with the camera take a couple pictures when we were in California on a quick vacation. So that is what it looks like. Just to remind you, the main color or the color changing part of this is Spin Cycle, dyed in the wool, Ghost Ranch. And the creamy white patterns is Ritual Dyes Priestess DK, and the colorway is Amertrine. And then same type of yarn, Ritual Dyes Priestess DK, are each of these stripes in the flower part, and that is the colorway Aries. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Happy Camp sweater and these different yarns a little bit later in my future plans because I have something else planned for that. So this is my first finished object. My second finished object, which I'm really excited about, ta-da, not one, but two socks. And these are from, let me put that right there, the Farmer Daughters Fibers 2026 Sock Squad. So this is the January colorway of, I believe it's Deep Winter. And I did it, just vanilla sock. I think it's really nice for the first try. I'm going to probably do February's, I don't know if I'm going to do colorway or texture or just do a tube and learn how to do an afterthought heel. But I think one of those tricks I'm going to go ahead and try. So there we are for finished objects. Now let's get on to whips. The first whip that I have been working on is that black sparkle sweater that I told you all about. And remember that I had done the swatch, but I just wasn't happy with it because it was so scratchy with the sequins in it. Well, Del Faber 8824 gave me a suggestion and said maybe if I held it with some mohair, it wouldn't be so bad. And I kind of did that, except just a little bit differently. Let me look back here. I got this alpaca blaze from Hobby Yarns, and then of course we have the Lang palettes, and I held both of these together, and I held two of these to one of this, and let me show you how far I've gotten. Now I cast this on Wednesday, January 21st. when I was on the plane heading to Florida. So let me look how far we've gotten. Isn't that gorgeous? So this is the Cumulus Blouse by Petite Knits, and I am so excited. I've joined in the round, and then on this one, what I did, I'll just put it up here. What I did was when I got just a little bit further down, about 2 inches off of where the V-neck goes, I decided to do some short rows across the bust to give a little bit more room for the girls, which is probably, in my case, as you know, very helpful. So this is where we are with the Cumulus Blouse by Petite Knits. I honestly, I'd like to have this off my needles in another week. I think 2 weeks turnaround would be great. This is one that I want to take with me on the river cruise in March to Portugal. So let me show you the sparkles on that. It just is really turning out beautifully. I'm really excited about that one. So that's my first whip. Now, these are whips that I did travel with. I traveled with 4 of them. I know it's a little nuts, but okay. This one, it's just been cast on, and I've done, I don't know, 8 or 9 rounds. And this is a 1x1 twisted rib. So the pattern on this is a cowl, and it is Tracy Miller's Autumn Stripes cowl. Now, it's used with three different colors of yarn. So the main yarn that I'm using, all of these are Magpie fibers, and the main one I'm using is called Dream Beaver. This is from their Beaver selection. And so it has little speckles in it, and that's my main color. And then I have Bougie Beaver and Spicy Beaver. So I'll show you the 3 of those together. That's what this cowl is going to be. And I wanted to knit this because I liked having something on this cruise that is Tracy's own pattern, which I thought would be fun. And I had these 3 colorways that I could use for this cowl, so I felt like this was a home run on the knitting department, and it's something I can get done quickly, would be a cowl. So I did that one. Now the third one, what is the third one? Oh yeah. So this third one is Andrea Mowry's Night and Day Cowl, and this is what I've got so far on it. I'll put that up closer. I'm really liking this. This yarn I got from Tracy's rolling yarn truck, and she was at the dock and met our ship when I was on that New England cruise back in October of 2024. So let me tell you, this is the yarn that we got for it. And this one is called Organic Merino Wool. So it's 80% organic merino wool and 20% recycled nylon. This is by a local dyer in Nova Scotia. And the colorway on this one is Sydney Sunrise. Let me show it to you here. So it's this one. That's what I got, Sydney Sunrise. And then this one is Gots to Have It Merino, 100% merino. And you get 115 grams, 400 meters for 115 grams approximately. And it's Lunenburg, L-U-N-E-N-B-U-R-G. And this is it. So these are the 2 together. That's what I've been doing on that one. That's the Night and Day Cowl, which I'm really excited about. I think it's going to be really pretty. It'll be beautiful for spring and summer. And I'll enjoy wearing that one with the t-shirt and jeans. The next one is actually going to be future plans. So that's all I have for whips right now. Let's move on to future plans. Okay, this last one I am really, really excited about, and I might be crazy for doing it, but I loved this Happy Camp sweater, and I loved knitting it up so much that I'm going to do a second one. And here's the colorway. So I'm doing main color, Spin Cycle, dyed in the wool, Bomboloni. And here's one, and here's the other. both of these are the same colorway, but you know how it goes with Spin Cycle, right? It's just kind of, they did send me what semi-matching or trying to match, but color changing yarn, this is what it does when it's hand spun. So Bomboloni, then the white-ish is a little bit more beige, and this is Ritual Dyes Priestess DK, and it is in the colorway Bittersweet. So that's going to be this, and then that little line that goes across, that goes through this, I had a couple of ones. Here, I'm going to put this one down. I had a couple of ideas. I did a couple of swatches, and the one that I came up with that I really liked, this is Frankie Gray Fibers, and it is their sock yarn in Ballerina Slipper. And I'm going to just put that through. It's just going to be a whisper of a color going through, because these two are what's held together when you do it. So I really think this is going to look really fabulous. I do have back home a Spin Cycle dyed in the wool that is in the colorway Sex on the Beach, which is orange and aqua blue. It's very, very bright. And for that one, I'm actually thinking of holding this color, the color work, with a brown and doing more, because the other was so bright, and toning it down with the brown, and then doing that blue Ritual Dyes Priestess DK in Sea Anemone, and have that be the blue going through it. I think you're going to like it, and I'd love to hear your comments about what you think the Bomboloni is going to look like. And I don't know, I mean, should I have 2 Happy Cams? Should I have 3? Because they all look so different depending on how this yarn changes and what colorways you go with. That's, for me, the excitement of color changing yarn or self-striping yarn. It's like knitting a Christmas present, because you get to see it as it develops, and you never really know what you're going to get or how it's going to look. But anyway, I think that's kind of it. It's a little bit short for this episode, but I wanted to get back to you. I wanted to show you what I have finished. I'm so proud of the socks. This is so great. And I hope you guys have a great week. Next week, I'm going to be dropping all my 2026 knits that I want to do, and show you the yarns that are going to go with them. So we're matching up stuff. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Go ahead and drop a comment below. Tell me what you think of this, of the socks, of the projects I'm working on, anything you want to. I look forward to seeing you, meeting you, Sandra, and everybody there over at A Good Yarn on Tuesday. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next week. Thanks for joining in, and don't forget, put joy in every single stitch. Bye for now. Okay, sorry, new day, and I have something else I need to add. So one more thing. I woke up this morning and I saw on my Instagram that Magpie Fibers is starting their annual Beav-a-long. And what I showed you yesterday, let me show you, the Autumn Stripes Cowl by Tracy Miller. I am using 3 of the beaver yarns. So I'm eligible to do this, and I'm going to. And I needed to tell you guys about it because it just sounds like so fun and so ridiculous. And so many of us in this winter, in these winter months, have the doldrums, and we need something just a little silly and fun to do to take the edge off of the winter chills. For those of you who are in winter right now and probably just went through a huge winter storm. And for those of you who are doing that, I am so sorry, and I feel for you. Wednesday, when this drops, I'm actually flying from Florida to Boston to visit my granddaughter, Emma Bean. Yeah, and I saw videos from my daughter yesterday. There's a lot of snow, but Beav-a-long, you can go and join them on the Facebook group. The way to do that is go to magpiefibers.com, and right on their front page it'll say Beav-a-long and it says learn more. You click the button, it'll take you to join the Facebook group. You can post. You're allowed to do any project, and the only requirement is you use at least one skein of one of their beaver yarns. So let me tell you what they're doing. They take their regular yarns and they rename them, and I will go through them really quickly. So, okay, their nest yarn, their nest base, they now call it Woolly Beaver, okay, and it's their 3-ply worsted or sport weight Cordell, 100% Cordell. So that's that one. They have Quartet, which is now called Bouncy Beaver, and that's their 4-ply, and it comes in a fingering, in a worsted, or a bulky. Then they have Plume, which is now called Fluffy Beaver. That is a lace weight, and it's on a silk core, and it is their cashmere. So it's like mohair, but instead it's a brushed cashmere, okay? Fluffy Beaver. Then they have what's normally called Solo Base, and it is now Single Beaver. That is their single ply. That only comes in a fingering. Then they have Feather, which is now called Fuzzy Beaver. That's their mohair. Then there's Equinox, which now they are calling Silky Beaver. Now this one's interesting. This is their silk and linen. 65% silk, 35% linen. That's their base, and that's called Silky Beaver. Then their last one, which is the most popular, it's called Swanky, and they just kept this name the way it is. It's called Swanky Beaver. That comes either on a sock or a DK, and it's 80% merino, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. That's what these are done out of, their Swanky sock. It is very soft. It is very luscious. I really, really like it. But this year, they've come out with a new color, and the new color is called Full-Bodied Beaver. It is I'm guessing after wine, because it's a wine color. It's a red wine color. It is beautiful. I've looked on the website. All I can tell right now is that it's available on Swanky, both in their Swanky sock and their Swanky DK. I don't know if any of the other bases are going to have that color, but it's beautiful. It is a beautiful color. I'm really, because I've put myself on a yarn diet for this year, and I'm really trying to knit strictly from my stash. I am going to hold off right now. If it's a limited time and they're going to get rid of that color, I might have to. I just don't know. Okay. I love wine color, is one of my, like that burgundy, deep, plummy, winey. I'm not a purple girl. I really like wine, though, the deep wine. It looks great against my skin tone. It's one of those things that I love. Okay, so look, I am not getting paid by Magpie Fibers. They have no clue who I am. But also, if you go on their Instagram, I have to tell you, it was so funny. They dressed up in beaver, you know, like sleeper costumes with the little hoodies, and they posed for like those awkward 80s photos like you would get at Olin Mills, which I have some for my family. We did those back in the day. Not my husband and myself, but when I was growing up. So when I was in high school, my mother-in-law, my stepmother, she made us go. We had a subscription to Olin Mills, and we got 4 times a year. And I do remember, I think I did one after I got married. I used the subscription for one of them. Anyway, that and glamour shots. Do you remember glamour shots? Those were fun. I do have pictures of those. Oh, someday maybe I'll show you. Oh, it's cringy sometimes, some of the things we did. You know what? There's going to be things nowadays that we do that we're going to look back on and go, oh, that was so cringe. But seriously, whatever. You have to have fun while you were at it in whatever era you're in. Okay. So I just wanted to get on there and let you know I am going to join this. Join it with me. We'll talk on Facebook. We'll post. I'm really excited. They're my beautiful yarns. I'm also, because this cowl isn't going to take, I don't think, that much yarn, I might actually knit some socks with them too. some silky socks. And I might make them longer. I think I'm going to make them longer so that they come out the top of my boot. I do have some cowboy boots that are like dark brown suede. They go perfectly with my Hinterland sweater that I love, love, love. In fact, I'm probably going to wear them to the Celtics game. We're taking my daughter to a Celtics game for her early birthday present. She'll be 9 on March, or the first week of March. And so we're going up there and we're going to surprise, well, not surprise her. I mean, she knows, she just doesn't know where we're sitting. So she's going to lose her mind because she's all sports. This girl loves sports. She's a great little basketball player. So she loves this stuff, and she collects football cards. She collects basketball cards. She loves all the jerseys, the NBA jerseys and stuff like that. Anyway, okay, guys, I just wanted to give you that before I said goodbye. And again, have a great week. Put joy in every single stitch, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye for now.